7 everyday things that break a narcissist's heart. Narc told me this. Ladies and gentlemen, warriors of life, listen up. Because today we're about to break free from illusions, from the chains that hold you back, from the manipulation that has kept you down for far too long. You see, narcissists, those who thrive on control, manipulation, and deception, operate on a fragile foundation. They seem powerful, but in reality, their strength is a lie, a smokescreen, a house of cards that tumbles the moment you stand tall in your power. And I'm about to give you the 7 everyday things, simple, powerful, unstoppable actions that break a narcissist's heart, not because we seek revenge, not because we stoop to their level, but because when you live in truth, in confidence, in your full, authentic self, they crumble and you rise. Are you ready? Let's go. Indifference is your superpower. A narcissist feeds on your reaction, your anger, your pain, even your love. They need you to respond. But when you give them nothing, when you treat them as irrelevant, boom, the world starts shaking. Indifference is your weapon. Use it. Self-love dismantles their control. The moment you love yourself truly, unapologetically, you destroy their influence over you. Because a narcissist's power is based on your self-doubt. The moment you recognize your worth, their grip shatters. Your success makes them sick. Narcissists want you beneath them. They want you struggling, doubting, needing them. But when you rise, when you succeed without their approval, it's like a dagger to their fragile ego. So chase those dreams. Win that game. Become unstoppable. Honesty destroys their decame. A narcissist lives in a world of lies. They twist, manipulate, and deceive, but here's the truth. They hate when you call them out, when you refuse to play their game. When you speak the truth without fear, their lies collapse like a house of cards. Happiness without them crushes them. They want to be the source of your joy. They want to control your emotions. But when you create happiness from within, when your life is rich, exciting, and full without them, they feel powerless. Strong boundaries lock them out. A narcissist hates one thing more than anything, a person who knows their worth, who says no, who doesn't negotiate their values. When you build strong, unbreakable boundaries, they have no choice but to walk away or expose their own weakness. Walking away is your greatest power. Move the ultimate heartbreak for a narcissist, losing you, because in their mind, they own you. But the day you decide you're done, that you refuse to engage, explain, or justify, that's the day they realize you were the prize all along and they lost you forever. So my friends, understand this. Your power lies in your choices. Every single day you have the ability to break free, to reclaim your life, and to rise above. The question is, will you? Because I know you can. I know you will. It's time to step into your power, own your truth, and become the force of nature you were born to be. Indifference weakens their control. Listen to me, if you want to take your power back, you have to stop giving it away. Narcissists feed on your energy. They don't care if it's love, anger, fear, or frustration. As long as you're reacting, they feel in control. Think about it. Have you ever seen how they light up when they push your buttons? They provoke, they poke, they gaslight, because they need your energy to survive. It's like oxygen to them. But what happens when you stop reacting? When you don't give them the fight, the validation, the drama they crave, they crumble. Because here's the truth. A narcissist's worst nightmare is being irrelevant. They don't just want attention, they demand it. They believe they are the center of your universe. And when you show them they're not, their illusion starts to crack. It's like a magician whose trick has been exposed. Suddenly the audience isn't impressed anymore. That's what happens when you respond to their games with a shrug, a smile, or better yet, nothing at all. I'm not talking about playing games. I'm talking about emotional mastery, the ability to stay calm, to stay centered, to refuse to let someone else dictate your inner world. And let me tell you something, when you master indifference, you become untouchable. Because here's what they want. They want you to fight back. They want you to scream, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But when you simply don't engage, it drives them insane. They don't know what to do. They start second guessing themselves. They scramble to find another way to pull you back in. And that's when you know you've won. You see, emotional freedom isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about owning your responses. It's about realizing that no one has the power to control your emotions unless you hand them the keys. And here's where it gets even better. When you stop feeding the narcissist your energy, they move on. They go searching for another source, another victim, another person to manipulate. And you're free to focus on your own life, your own growth, your own happiness. Because the truth is, you never needed their approval. You never needed their validation. You only needed to recognize your own power. And when you do, game over. Loving yourself breaks their influence. You want to know the most dangerous thing you can do to a narcissist? Love yourself completely, unapologetically, without hesitation. Because narcissists operate in a world of insecurity. They project confidence, but deep down, they are terrified. Terrified that someone will see through their act. Terrified that they aren't enough. So what do? They try to break you down. They try to make you question yourself, doubt yourself, depend on them for approval. Because as long as you need them, they have power over you. But the moment you wake up and say, I am enough, I don't need your validation, I love who I am, and I refuse to shrink for you, that's the moment their control dissolves. And listen, self-love isn't just about positive affirmations or feel-good quotes, it's about action. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. It's about setting boundaries, walking away from toxicity, and refusing to accept less than you deserve. And let's be real, when you start loving yourself, the narcissists will fight back. They'll throw insults. They'll try to make you feel guilty. They'll accuse you of being selfish. Why? Because they're desperate. Because they know they're losing control. Because for the first time, they realize you don't need them. And that is what destroys them, because deep down, they know they're replaceable. They know they never actually brought real love into your life. They only brought control, manipulation, and lies. And when you finally step into your power, when you finally say, I choose me, you take away everything they ever had over you. So love yourself, not just a little, not just on the surface. Love yourself so deeply, so fiercely that no one, not a narcissist, not anyone, can ever make you doubt your worth again. Because when you do, you become unstoppable. Your success is their nightmare. Listen, there's something you need to understand about narcissists. They don't actually want you to fail. They need you to fail. Because if you succeed, their entire narrative falls apart. They want to be the reason for your happiness, your growth, your accomplishments. They want you to believe that without them, you are nothing. And that's why the greatest revenge isn't anger. It's not fighting back. It's not even exposing them. It's success. We're talking about leveling up so high they can't even recognize the person you've become. I'm talking about achieving your dreams, building your confidence, and proving, most importantly to yourself, that they never had power over you. Because here's the thing, a narcissist will try to convince you that you can't do it without them. They'll laugh at your goals, they'll belittle your ambitions, they'll plant seeds of doubt in your mind. But let me tell you something, they are terrified of you proving them wrong. Because the moment you rise, the moment you start winning, they have no choice but to face the truth. They were the problem all along. And that's a truth they can't handle. So go after your dreams like your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. Not because of them, but because you deserve it. You deserve to live a life that is rich, fulfilling, and filled with joy. And when you do, when you become the person they never thought you could be, you won't even care if they're watching, because you'll be too busy living your best life. Truth exposes their lies. There's one thing a narcissist fears more than anything else, the truth. Why? Because their entire world is built on lies. They lie about who they are, they lie about their past, they lie about their intentions, they even lie to themselves. And when you start speaking the truth, when you start seeing through the illusion, it's like turning on a spotlight in a room full of shadows. Suddenly all the deception, all the manipulation, all the false narratives, they can't hide anymore. That's why they work so hard to gaslight you. They twist reality. They make you question yourself. They rewrite history. They want you to doubt what you know is true. Because if they can keep you confused, If they can make you second guess your own mind, they stay in control. But here's the game changer. When you stop playing by their rules, when you stop accepting their version of reality, when you stand in your truth with unwavering confidence, they panic, they scramble, they lash out, trying to regain control. But it's too late, because once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. And once you start speaking the truth, their power over you collapses. They'll accuse you of being dramatic. They'll say you're lying. They'll try to make others doubt you. But deep down, they know you've figured them out. And that's why they fear you now, because a person who knows the truth and refuses to be silenced, that's a person they can never manipulate again. So don't shrink. Don't back down. Speak the truth. Live in truth. Be the truth. Because when you do, you force them to face the one thing they've spent their whole life running from. Who they really are. That's the moment their world starts falling apart. Because the illusion they built, the one where they are the center of your life, the reason for your joy, it's shattered. And here's what they'll do next. They'll try to pull you back in. They'll test the waters with fake apologies. They'll act like they've changed. They'll try to make you remember the good times. Not because they miss you, not because they care, but because they can't stand that you're happy without them. It's not love, it's control. And when you see that, when you keep moving forward, when you laugh, love, and live without them, they break. Because for the first time they realized they weren't as powerful as they thought. You were the prize. You were the source of love, light, and joy all along. And now you've taken it all back. So keep smiling, keep growing, keep being happy, because that is the ultimate win. Strong boundaries, lock them out. A narcissist hates boundaries. Why? Because boundaries mean they can't control you, they can't manipulate you, they can't invade your space, your mind, or your emotions. Boundaries are a narcissist's worst enemy, and that's why they test them over and over and over again. They push to see if you'll bend. They guilt trip you into saying yes. They make you feel selfish for standing your ground. Because the moment you have strong, unshakable boundaries, their game is over. So what do? You hold the line. You say no without explaining. You walk away without apologizing. You refuse to negotiate with people who only want to take advantage of you. And when they come back, trying to push, trying to break down your walls, you stand firm. Because here's what happens when you do. They get frustrated, they get angry, they throw tantrums, call you names, try to make you feel guilty. Because they know they've lost access to you. And once you realize that your boundaries aren't just walls, they're a reflection of your worth, you'll never lower them again. Listen to me. When you walk away, you win. Because the one thing a narcissist can't handle, the one thing that breaks them completely, being left behind. They want to be the one to discard you. They want to make you feel small, broken, lost without them. But when you choose to leave, when you decide you're done, you take back everything, your power, your peace, your future. And that's when they realize you were never the strong one. You were. But here's the key. When you walk away, you don't look back. Because they will try everything to pull you back in. Fake apologies, sweet words, false promises. Why? Because they need you to stay in their game, but you're not playing anymore. You've grown too strong. You've seen the truth. You've built a life that doesn't include them, and that is what truly destroys them. Because they realize you were never their puppet. You were never weak. You were never less than. And now you are free. So keep walking, keep rising, keep living, because the best revenge is a life well lived. And your life is just getting started. Your power, your freedom, your life. Listen to me. This is your moment. This is the turning point where you decide who you're going to be, not who they made you believe you were, not who they tried to mold you into, but the real you, the powerful, unstoppable, unshakable force that was always inside you. You see, narcissists only have as much power as you give them. They survive on your reactions, your doubts, your fears. But the moment you stop feeding them, the moment you reclaim your voice, your truth, your confidence, they lose. because you were never weak, you were never broken, you were never theirs to control. You just forgot who you were for a little while. But now you remember, and now you rise. You rise with indifference because they no longer matter. You rise with self-love because you are enough. You rise with success because their opinion never defined you. You rise with truth because their lies no longer hold weight. You rise with happiness because they have no control over your joy. You rise with boundaries because you refuse to be used. And you rise by walking away because that is the ultimate declaration that you are free. So here's the question. What are you going to do with that freedom? Because this isn't just about breaking free from a narcissist. This is about stepping into the most powerful, confident, limitless version of you. This is about becoming so strong, so radiant, so untouchable that no one can ever make you question your worth again. The past is done. The games are over. The cycle is broken. And now you write a new story, one where you win, one where you are in control, one where you are finally, completely, and unapologetically alive. It's time. Step into your power, own your future, and never, ever look back. Let's go.